Hello, and welcome. My name is Bibi, and today I invite you to join me on an extraordinary expedition across our planet. We will journey together to the far-flung corners of the Earth, to witness sights so remarkable, so profoundly beautiful, that they challenge our very perception of reality. These are not landscapes born from the imagination of an artist or the digital world of a filmmaker, but real, tangible places sculpted by the immense and patient forces of nature over countless millennia. They are the planet's hidden masterpieces waiting to be discovered. Our world is a tapestry of wonders, woven with threads of geological marvels and biological curiosities. So, prepare to be astonished. As we travel through these 10 breathtaking locations, I encourage you to immerse yourselves in their splendor. Our first destination takes us high into the Andes of southwest Bolivia. Here, at an altitude of nearly 12,000 feet, lies a landscape of stark, minimalist beauty, the Salar de Uyuni. This is the world's largest salt flat, a vast expanse of shimmering white that stretches for over 4,000 square miles. For much of the year, it is a blindingly bright desert of salt. The hexagonal patterns that tile its surface are a testament to the crystalline structure of the salt. But it is during the rainy season that the Salar undergoes its most magical transformation. A thin layer of water gathers on the impermeable salt crust. In the still, high-altitude air, it creates the largest natural mirror on the planet. The boundary between earth and sky dissolves completely. The horizon vanishes. One is left standing in an infinite expanse of blue and white, walking, it seems, amongst the very clouds themselves. At night, the spectacle is even more profound. The Milky Way, unobscured by light pollution, is reflected in its entirety at your feet. You are suspended in a sphere of stars, a tiny, humbled observer in a cosmic cathedral. We travel now to the arid lands of the American Southwest, to the Navajo Nation in Arizona. Here, hidden within the desert landscape, is a geological masterpiece sculpted not by grand, sweeping forces, but by the patient, persistent power of water and wind. This is Antelope Canyon, a slot canyon that is less a chasm in the earth and more a work of subterranean art. From the surface there is little to suggest the wonder that lies beneath, just a narrow, unassuming crack in the sandstone. But to descend into its depths is to enter another world entirely. The canyon walls are not rough and jagged but smooth, flowing and sensuous, like waves of rock frozen in time. For centuries, flash floods have rushed through these narrow passageways, carving and polishing the Navajo sandstone into elegant liquid forms. What truly defines the experience of Antelope Canyon, however, is the light. The canyon is famous for the beams of sunlight that penetrate the narrow openings above, piercing the darkness below. At certain times of day, these shafts of light travel down to the canyon floor, illuminating the dust in the air and creating ethereal cathedral-like columns of pure luminescence. But it is the color that leaves the most lasting impression. The light, as it filters down and reflects off the winding canyon walls, creates a constantly shifting palette of warm, vibrant hues. The sandstone glows with shades of orange, red, purple, and pink, changing with the angle of the sun and the time of day. It is like walking through a solid rainbow. Our journey now takes us deep into the Amazonian wilderness, to the tri-border point where Venezuela, Brazil, and Guyana meet. Rising dramatically from the rolling green sea of the rainforest is an immense, flat-topped mountain, a tepui known as Roraima. Its sheer 400-meter-high cliffs seem to guard a secret world, a plateau isolated from the surrounding lowlands for millions of years. The local Pemon people have long considered it a sacred place, the stump of a mighty tree that once held all the fruits and vegetables in the world. For centuries, this tabletop mountain was considered unclimbable, its summit a complete mystery. That inaccessibility inspired Sir Arthur Conan Doyle's The Lost World. While dinosaurs haven't been found here, the place is in some ways just as strange. The summit is a unique ecological island, a bizarre alien landscape shaped by torrential rain and extreme conditions. The top is not a lush paradise but a labyrinth of black weathered sandstone, sculpted by wind and water into fantastical shapes resembling animals, mushrooms, and monsters. Because of its isolation, Roraima hosts many endemic species found nowhere else on Earth. Tiny black pebble toads that cannot hop or swim, carnivorous pitcher plants adapted to nutrient-poor soil. To set foot on Roraima is to step into a living laboratory of evolution, a lost world that guards its ancient secrets, a stark, beautiful testament to life's resilience. We now travel to the inland Aegean region of southwestern Turkey, to a site whose name translates to Cotton Castle. And honestly, as you approach, it is easy to see why. Spilling down a hillside is a spectacle that appears from a distance to be a series of frozen waterfalls or a snow-covered slope in the midst of a temperate climate. This is Pamukkale, a natural wonder created by the slow, steady work of mineral-rich thermal waters. For thousands of years, hot springs have flowed from a source deep within the earth. This water, supersaturated with calcium carbonate, emerges at the surface and, as it cools, deposits its mineral load. Over millennia, this process has built up a series of gleaming white travertine terraces. The Romans certainly saw its appeal. They built the spa city of Hierapolis at the top of the terraces, believing the waters to have healing properties. The ruins of this ancient city, grand theater, temples, vast necropolis, stand today as a testament to the enduring allure of Pamukkale. At sunset, the white travertine catches the golden light, transforming the entire landscape into a symphony of warm colors. Pamukkale is, without a doubt, a geological masterpiece, a delicate and ever-changing sculpture of water and stone. Our next destination takes us to the remote southern coast of Western Australia, specifically to Middle Island, the largest in the Zhangjiajie archipelago. Here, nestled amongst a dense woodland of eucalyptus and paperbark trees, and separated from the deep blue of the Southern Ocean by only a thin strip of sand, lies a truly baffling natural phenomenon, Lake Hillier. From the air, the sight is astonishing. The lake is not blue, not green, not brown, but a vibrant, solid bubblegum pink. The contrast with the surrounding dark green forest and the turquoise ocean is stark and utterly surreal. What makes Lake Hillier so extraordinary is that its remarkable color is not a trick of the light or a temporary effect caused by particles in the water. It is permanent. If you were to take a sample of the water in a container, it would retain its vivid pink hue. Recent scientific investigation has finally begun to shed light on this colorful secret. The lake is extremely saline, with salt concentrations comparable to the Dead Sea. It is believed that the color is the result of a specific species of microalgae, Dunaliella salina, which thrives in these hypersaline conditions. We journey now to China's Hunan province, to a landscape so otherworldly it seems to have been plucked directly from a fantasy film. In fact, it inspired one. This is Zhangjiajie National Forest Park, a place of breathtaking verticality and scale. The park is famous for its thousands of towering sandstone pillars, some rising over 200 meters into the air. When the frequent mists roll through the valleys, they obscure the base of the pillars, creating the illusion that these massive stone columns and the lush forests on top of them are floating in the air. It was this very sight that inspired the floating Hallelujah Mountains in the film Avatar. Each pillar is a world unto itself, a vertical ecosystem supporting trees, shrubs, and even monkeys. The park is a testament to the immense power of erosion and the tenacity of life. To stand on a viewpoint and look out over this sea of spires is to witness a scene of profound, almost intimidating beauty. It's a place that pushes the boundaries of what we consider a possible landscape on Earth. A real-life Pandora that continues to inspire awe and wonder in all who visit. Our travels now take us to a place that is not a product of slow, patient geology, but of a dramatic and fiery industrial accident. In the heart of the vast Karakum Desert in Turkmenistan lies a spectacle both terrifying and mesmerizing. The Darvaza gas crater, more famously known as the Door to Hell. This is a gaping fiery chasm, nearly 70 meters wide and 30 meters deep, that has been burning continuously for over 50 years. The crater's origin dates back to 1971. Soviet geologists, prospecting for oil, began drilling at this site. They tapped into a massive cavern filled with natural gas. The ground beneath their drilling rig collapsed, swallowing the equipment and creating the crater. Fearing the release of poisonous methane gas into the surrounding area, the scientists made a fateful decision. They decided to light it on fire, expecting the gas to burn off within a few weeks. That was more than half a century ago. The fire has never gone out. Despite its hellish appearance and name, the crater has created its own strange micro-ecosystem. Certain types of extremophile bacteria have been found thriving in the high temperatures at the crater's bottom. And perhaps most bizarrely, at night, desert spiders are drawn to the light and heat, flocking to the crater's edge in their thousands. The Door to Hell is a stark reminder of human miscalculation, but also an accidental monument to the immense fiery power that lies just beneath our feet. We now descend from the fiery desert into the cool, silent darkness of the earth. Our destination is the Waitomo region of New Zealand's North Island, an area renowned for its extensive labyrinth of limestone caves. But these are no ordinary caves. Within their depths lies a celestial spectacle, a living galaxy of tiny blue-green lights. This is the magic of the Waitomo Glowworm Caves, home to a unique creature that transforms the subterranean darkness into a star-filled night sky. The architect of this light show is a tiny insect, Arachnocampa luminosa. It is not the adult gnat that glows, but its larvae. These larvae cling to the ceilings of the caves by the thousand to catch their prey. Other small insects drawn into the cave, they produce a soft bioluminescent glow and lower sticky, silk-like threads. To experience this phenomenon, one must journey into the cave system, often by boat, gliding silently along a subterranean river. As your eyes adjust to the profound darkness, the ceiling above begins to resolve into a breathtaking panorama of constellations. Thousands upon thousands of tiny blue lights shimmer, creating a silent, moving galaxy. The effect is profoundly peaceful and utterly magical. It feels as if you are drifting through space, surrounded by stars, yet you are deep within the belly of the earth. The glowworms of Waitomo create one of the most enchanting and serene natural light shows on the planet. It is a quiet miracle, a reminder that even in the deepest, darkest places, life can create its own light, transforming a simple cave into a place of ethereal, otherworldly beauty. For our penultimate destination, we venture to one of the most isolated landforms of continental origin on Earth. This is the island of Socotra, located in the Indian Ocean, about 240 miles south of the Arabian Peninsula. Part of Yemen, this island has been described as the most alien-looking place on Earth. Its extreme isolation and the fierce heat and drought have produced a uniquely bizarre landscape, home to a staggering number of endemic species. The island's most iconic inhabitants are its trees. The dragon's blood tree, Dracaena cinnabari, dominates the landscape with an umbrella-like crown. Its strange shape helps capture moisture from highland mists. The tree bleeds a dark red resin, dragon's blood, used as dye and medicine in ancient times. A whole forest of them is like stepping into prehistory. But the oddities don't stop there. Socotra also hosts the bottle tree, or desert rose, with a grotesquely swollen trunk for storing water and clusters of pink flowers. Over a third of Socotra's 825 plant species are found nowhere else. That incredible biodiversity earned Socotra UNESCO World Heritage status. It's a living museum of botanical evolution, precious and fragile. Socotra is a treasure island of biological wonders, a testament to what isolation can produce over millions of years. For our final wonder, we do not visit a single location, but instead chase a phenomenon that graces the skies across the entire polar north. This is the Aurora Borealis, the Northern Lights, arguably the grandest and most ephemeral spectacle on our planet. It is a celestial ballet of light, a silent, shimmering curtain of color that dances across the night sky. The aurora is born from a colossal interaction that takes place some 93 million miles away. The sun constantly emits a stream of charged particles known as the solar wind. When these particles reach Earth, they are channeled by our planet's magnetic field towards the polar regions. There, they collide with atoms and molecules, primarily oxygen and nitrogen, in the upper atmosphere. This collision excites the atoms, causing them to release their excess energy in the form of photons, or light. The result is a dazzling display that can take many forms. The colors are determined by which atoms are being struck, and at what altitude. Oxygen collisions typically produce the most common colors, green and sometimes red, while nitrogen can create hues of blue and purple. No two displays are ever the same. To stand under a sky alive with the aurora is a profoundly moving, almost spiritual experience. In the deep cold and silence of an Arctic night, watching these ghostly ribbons of light twist and pulse overhead feels like witnessing magic. It is a direct, visible manifestation of the invisible forces that govern our solar system. The Northern Lights are a fleeting masterpiece, a reminder that some of the greatest wonders of our world are not fixed in stone or soil, but are painted anew each night on the canvas of the cosmos. And so, our journey across the globe comes to a close. We have walked on skies of salt, explored canyons of light, and stood beneath galaxies of living stars. From the fiery pit in the desert to the floating mountains of China, we have witnessed just a fraction of the unbelievable beauty and strangeness our planet holds. This is where I turn the journey over to you. What unbelievable places have you seen? Which corner of the globe has left you breathless and filled with awe? Please share your own favorite hidden gems and unbelievable locations in the comments below. Let us build a collective map of wonder together. Thank you for joining me on this expedition into the extraordinary. The world is vast and full of marvels, and there is always more to explore. If you enjoyed this journey and wish to embark on more adventures to discover the planet's most amazing places, please consider subscribing to the channel.